What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to hop on here real quick. This is going to be the last update on the GTO before I put everything together. And I wanted to take just a couple of minutes. This is just going to be a quick one. And talk about some of the shortcomings or some of the hurdles or problems or whatever that I encountered with this build so far. And how I kind of fix them. So, we talked a little bit about how the grill didn't fit. That's a big one with this kit, right? Everybody hating on this kit because it's a poor kit, it's garbage, I've heard it called all kinds of stuff. And you know what? I can't argue with the fact that the kit is not that great, but I've had a lot of fun working on it. I don't know if it's this new attitude I've adopted for this new year or what, but I'm having a blast with this kit, fixing the things that need to be fixed, and I'm fairly confident that it's going to come out to be a really nice model when it's done. So like I said, we talked about the grill fitting and how you got to do some sanding. I got that fit pretty good. The gaps are they're still there. I mean, it's going to be hard to fit this in here without it glue and holding it in place. I don't know, but you get the gist. You get the gist of it. It's in there, and it fits good. One of the viewers, one of you guys, actually asked how the rear bumper was, and they said it looked weird to them, and it does. It looks weird, and I've narrowed it down, quite literally, narrowed it down, that I think the bumper itself is just a bit too narrow. It is what it is. It can't be perfect. So, I mean, I suppose it could be, but I don't have the time to put into this thing to make it perfect. But it's going to be pretty nice when I'm done. So, let's see. There was that. Okay, so the chassis. When I put this thing together for mock-ups and test fits and everything, I noticed that the body sat really low over the front end, like the tops of the fenders touched these inner fenders. It just made it look really too low. The motor was touching the hood. The hood wouldn't close quite right because the motor was really high, which brings me on to another thing that I got to tell you about. So what I did was I took some styrene sheet, cut down strips, and I glued it there to space the body up, because it sits on these screw bottom things, right? So this is an old screw bottom kit. So now that I got that, so it sits high, it's got the right height, it sits everything under the hood clears. I went to put the engine in, and if you put the engine in the stock, or not stock, in the location that the directions tell you to, the thing sits way too far forward. You can see like the entire bell housing, the whole transmission. It just does not look right. It looks like it's a foot away from the firewall. So I did some trimming and some sanding. I trimmed down the exhaust manifolds just a little bit where they come down and end and meet the exhaust. I had to do a little bit of sanding. There's these two weird bumps in the chassis right there. That I had to sand down and take care of that. And then I had to take out my trusty saw. If you guys don't have one of these, you should get one, because this thing comes in handy. And I had to trim off about 1/4 of an inch of the transmission. I just cut it right off the back and got this to sit far enough back where it looks correct. The exhaust still meets up. A little bit of touch-up paint on the back here, on the back underneath here. You won't even be able to tell that I did that, really, other than the transmission's really short. Is what it is. But everything fits the way it should in there, in my opinion now. It looks right. So we got all that squared away. Which brings me back to the body and this thing. So between this screw bottom, like mount, this ugly thing. In the radiator they give you with the kit, I wasn't having that either. So what I did was, again, where did I put it? Right there. Again, what I did was I took some sheet styrene and I cut and made myself a little cover that will go over the top of this, just like so. Hides the top of that screw mount thing, right? And I kind of shaped it kind of like a factory 67 GTO would be, kinda. I mean, it's close enough. I mean, you can tell it's got that weird fan shroud looky thing there, right? So you glue that on, you do that. And lastly, the radiator. So the radiator they give you with this kit is right here. It's this thing. You can see through it. It's so thin. It's not even really a radiator. So I dug through my spare parts and I got an actual radiator out of the junk box. And I cut it down to fit, so it'll fit. It's not very realistic. I mean, it is what it is, right? It'll fit underneath, and it won't bind anything up. So now I've just got to come figure out what I'm going to do for radiator hoses, because the kit also doesn't come with radiator hoses. But it is what it is. That's where we're at. So I just figured, like I said, this is the last update before I got to clear coat this thing. I've got to put everything together. And between trying to do all that and finish this up, because like you said out there in viewerland, you know who you are. I can't start that Maverick until I finish this GTO, because I get too easily sidetracked. So that's going to be my thing for this weekend. Finish this up, as well as work. I've already been called into work. I don't know what day or what time you're watching this, but here it's Saturday at like 11:15, and I've already been called into work 3 times. Minor stuff, stupid little things, but still, I've made 3 trips in and out of work so far, between last night and this morning, so it's going to be a busy weekend. So that's where we're at. Next time you see this, it'll be all together and looking very sharp, I might add. I'm sure. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing again. As always, go check out Market Hobby Models. His website's linked in the description of the video. Go check out MCV Products. Their website is linked in the description of the video also. They've got cool 3D printed stuff, adding more and more every day, as well as ProTech detail items. Go check them out. And that'll do it. So wish me luck on getting through this weekend and getting this model finished, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.